Okay, go ahead, George.
Okay, so if you do 72nd scale armor, if you do figures, if you do small vignettes, 72nd airplanes probably not. But there's various readily available sources of base material. I think this is part of the latest collection at,
Walmart.
no, Home Depot.
Or gray floors too.
I don't know, but these are free. Over at Lowe's, they're, I think they're $1. These are off of Maxwell House Coffee, Jif peanut butter, and these have our laminates. This is hard because it's like Formica. It's those. And these are solid, whatever it is. Solid.
That's wood flooring.
Solid
Mahogany,
oak.
maybe?
Yeah.
No, that's oak.
Okay.
And I think this is oak also. And then that's another one of those, and that's also another one of those. So basically what I do is take the beast and the circular saw and slice off the tongue and groove things, because it has a tongue and groove part on each end. Slice that off. Now I have a nice little straight-edged square. And then I paint it black. And then I put a little pieces of felt that you can get at Michael's or something.
Sticky feet?
Huh?
Sticky feet?
Sticky feet, yes. And except I cut them in quarters because I don't need that much. All I need is enough so I can lift it up and it sits there. And on the ones that are like a plastic jar top, okay, I put in little screws. And on the ones that are wood, I put in a couple of little brads, like for hanging a picture or something. And
So what are they for?
they are to hold the dirt in place.
Okay.
Okay, because you use scenic cement and real dirt. Okay, and all of that, these things are useful because this is impervious, it's waterproof.
Right.
If you need something bigger, like a piece of plywood, to cut out something, say 10 inches around, whatever, or across, then you got to go finish it first, because with this method, the water will cause it to bow.
Could you use white glue on that to hold the dirt down?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
What do you use to finish it?
Well, when you get it to this point, this hasn't been completed, but this one has. Okay, as Lamar will tell you, even though it's really dirt, you got to dry brush your dirt with a lighter tan. So it really looks more like dirt than just plain dirt. So this one's been talked to a little, this one has not.
So you're saying, so it looks like African dirt instead of Spanaway dirt or Olympia dirt, right?
No.
There's no such thing as Spanaway dirt, it's all
Oh,
rock.
that's right, it's rocks.
Yeah.
One big rock,
What
right?
is the,
my yard.
what do you mix the dirt with, or you just put it straight on there?
Well, I would put, on this, I would start dripping with an eyedropper. It's scenic cement, about 50%, some water, and dish soap to cut surface tension. And just start dripping it on there. And then I have my bucket of, actually, it's a coffee can of dirt. And I sort of get the non-chunky stuff. And if I need it real fine, I put it in a little, it's a little kid's tea set, and crush it down. It's like mortar and pestle to make it more like a powder. And you can just start putting it on there with a spoon or your fingers or whatever until it begins to fill up the water that's there. Then you keep expanding the water puddle and keep piling on the dirt. And if you're good on the edges, see, this has a very thin lip. These have just been painted with terracotta colored, I think it's terracotta colored, spray can. And
Peanut Gallery's got a question over there.
yeah,
On those big lids, they're pretty flexible.
If you wanna make them so they don't flex and break off everything on top of it, you fill it with plaster.
Plaster in the bottom.
That's, yeah, I've done that. These are pretty tough, though.
Yeah, the smaller
These
ones-
I haven't, they used to do that by putting plastic, yep, like that. So that makes it much more rigid. It also has got gravitas.
So how do you get an uneven terrain? 'Cause it
You
seems
just
like
make
if
it. Oh, you
put
mean like a
white
hill?
glue- Yeah, if you put white glue down and then dirt, it's gonna be
Well,
reasonably flat.
See that chunk? See this
That
chunk?
looks like a rock.
Sorta, well, or a pile of dirt, or a bunch of dirt.
From the litter
Okay.
box.
Or if you do a lot of resin, you do your actual.
It's a use for clumping cat litter, huh?
Yeah, well,
No,
not
that's-
that part. Yeah, I mean, there's all. kinds of
Actually,
things you
that clumping
can
cat litter
do.
makes good rocks. On the one I did on one of these things, the Orcs to Market, the rocks that are in the path, that isn't the grass, are cat litter. And a cup of cat litter will about last you a lifetime. But yeah, you can add some heft to them by putting plaster on the bottom.
Okay, with your, what do you put ratio, water to plaster?
Oh, just whatever works.
Okay, because I've tried, mine either comes out really lumpy, it's like a feel like clay, or it's watery.
Add more
Watery
or
would be bad.
or-
Not as thin as pancake batter. You want it thicker than that because what's being holding it in here is the threads molded on the inside of the lid and the part of the screw that sticks through. So you don't, if you sit it like this to dry, if it's thin enough, it'll all just pool evenly and it won't be engaging the threads much. So you want it to be able to be a little bit thick and pasty so you can smear it up against those threads
So it's
and engage
moldable.
them. Yeah, so it's moldable. And these two, this one here, this is snow. And I put this on the last time I did this, which was probably at least 5 years ago. And that's flour.
That's what I thought it looked like.
Yeah. And this one I did about the same kind of time, actually maybe before. And that's,
Looks like sugar.
no, it's snow from Woodland Scenics. And it looks a lot more icy.
It looks granular, yeah.
Yeah, it's much more cold, icy snow than the other one, which looks,
Powdery.
well, yeah,
Because it
chunky.
probably has a little bit of reflectivity to it where flour doesn't.
Yeah, flour's dead flat. So, and then you can just drill a little bitty hole when you do your figure, or whatever. I do figures on these. Mostly I put a piece of either brass or guitar string wire up into the foot, and I clamp onto it with a hemostat, and that's how I hold it to paint them. And then you can use that thing, drill a little hole and stick them down in here. And then you do a little more dirt to cover up, because maybe the foot's like this and the ground's like that. So you gotta put a little more in here, in here.
So you get a foot impression,
Yeah,
or what would be.
or not. Or it can build up on top of the shoes a little bit, depending on how you want it. So, they work fine. This guy, I think, is held on just by itself and a little, oops, there's a guy in here. Obviously, well, as he goes where those little footprints are.
Oh, he's not working on the truck?
No, he's not working on the truck.
Thank you.